All right. Hi, Alex. Tell me your name and where are you from?
So my name is Alex Tinyaev. I'm from Ukraine, from Cherkasy city. It's 200 kilometers down from Kiev. It's basically a geographical center of Ukraine.
How did you come here?
When the war started, we actually were expecting it to finish pretty much soon, but it didn't manage to be that way, unfortunately. So in 7 days, I decided we need to get out with our kids because it was not possible to stay there with kids because we had to go to bomb shelter like every day and sometimes at night. So it was pretty hard with small kids. That's why we managed to gather a group of 40 people from our church specifically with kids that managed to be 70 people next day when we actually started driving. um, Basically, we took a drive not knowing where we were going exactly, and we took the direction to the west of Ukraine, had an overnight stay there, and then from there we went to Romanian border, where we passed successfully at night by 2 p.m. I believe, through 2 a.m. With all the families, and we took another overnight stay there, and then we went to Oradea area where some good Christians they proposed us a stay, like not really talking about details, but a stay for some time. That's how we managed to get here to Romania.
And what is happening in Cherkasy now? What are your church and your friends doing there now?
So right now, Cherkasy, as I mentioned, is a geographical center of Ukraine. It's actually safer place than other hotspots because it's harder to reach from each border, like from Belarus, from Russian border, and from the sea. That's why it's used as a temporary stay by many refugees coming from the east specifically. So a lot of churches, and my church specifically, they're hosting those refugees coming from Kharkiv, from Chernihiv. A lot of them are just temporary refugees staying for 1 or 2 nights, but some of the people are staying there. So for example, in my apartment, in our families who we brought to Romania, they are hosting refugees from the east in their apartments right now. That's what we're trying to help with, and kind of that's the goal right now.
And are the people in Cherkasy, are they people that are staying there and they're helping people that are staying local, or is it people that are passing through, or both?
So actually both, because of course more of the people are willing to go to the west. So a lot of churches, specifically churches, are hosting in their buildings like temporary refugees who are going to the west. And in the past, for the past months, it's been like really a lot of people who are hosted by churches. And I was speaking to some people, to some pastors, and my pastor as well. They're running out of supplies, specifically for temporary refugees. And those who are coming for a more permanent state, like relatively permanent stay, they are looking for work. They're trying to kind of find some ways to get some money for a living, but staying there. So locals are trying to support both of those needs as much as possible. Of course, we're not talking about families with kids, so most of those families actually went out. The families from the east, they have a relatively other perspective because they've seen a much like worse situation in their lives. That's why they're bringing their families to Cherkasy as well, even to stay like permanently, kind of permanently, long term. Yeah, basically a big need that we're thinking about right now is actually to have old people stay there and provide some food and medicine for them.
Okay.
That's the biggest need as I see right now in our church.
So yeah, exactly on that point. What do you? Is it food? What are the top 3 needs that you could identify?
So specifically, we're talking about food for those who are also passing through to the west, because there's a lot of people, and that's why a lot of food is being just used for that, provided by churches for that. And there's a lot of people who are not able to work, specifically old people. That's why we're talking about food as a number one thing to bring to Cherkasy. That's what I'm trying to find here in Romania and kind of set up logistics for that. The other thing is medicine, but in less amounts, and also some hygiene supplies, stuff like that. But food is really like the major thing that I'm trying to focus on, because that's always will be a need, especially in the upcoming months, as we see the analysts are talking about like for the war to actually last for a couple more months, and that's going to be like a long-term problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Alex. Just really quick, your English is really good. What do you do for a living?
Yeah, I used to work in an IT company and I actually learned English as part of my work, talking to English-speaking customers. That's why I have that kind of level of English.
So you spoke Ukrainian first, Java second, and English third?
Yes, that's right. Similar to that, but that's correct. Actually, a programming language, I know a couple of them, yes.
Well, thank you, Alex, so much. I look forward to talking to you again, and I'll pass this to my friends, and hopefully we can help.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time as well.